Introducing the perfect companion to your morning listening routine. AG1's clinically backed formula is now flavor-packed with 3 new delicious flavors: tropical, berry, and citrus. Start the day on a high note with probiotics that taste like the tropics. Mix it up with micronutrients that taste like berry or citrus. And take it all the way back with the classic, AG1 Original, with notes of pineapple and vanilla. Do your health a flavor, or 4, with AG1 Next Gen, the daily health drink. Learn more at drinkag1.com.
This episode is sponsored by Friskies, who would like to tell your cats hi. Now, if that didn't get your cat's attention, there's one thing that always does the trick. Just pour some Friskies crunchy food in the bowl and you'll hear those paws come running. Works every time. With so many Friskies choices, you can always bring your cats running from their secret napping spots. There's always more to explore. See for yourself at friskies.com or visit your local store.
Are you a forward thinker? Then you need an HR and finance platform that thinks like you do. Workday is the AI platform that helps propel your organization, your workforce, and your industry into the future. Workday, moving business forever forward.
Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel and a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. So, if I were to ask you, dear listeners, what do you do for a living? No one put your hands up. It's a podcast. We're not going to respond. But there are ample careers occupied by actors in films, fictional characters. Some of them are normal, IT people, police officers, firemen. Then there are jobs that are a little outside the ordinary. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about movies featuring characters with odd jobs. And here to join me, a very odd one herself, my lovely wife, Carrie. Carrie, how are you doing?
I thought you were going to say a full-time job. And here's my wife, full-time job.
Yeah, I want to sleep in our bed tonight.
But I'm expecting it. Now I'm a little disappointed that you didn't
just because
bat it out of the park.
You don't necessarily, swing at the first pitch.
Oh.
Right. So when it comes to odd jobs, obviously the last couple of weeks on Keep Watch Pass, we have talked about movies focusing on careers. We've talked about medical films. We've talked about fire films. We've talked about police films. Now we're into odd jobs. Now we're into the jobs that you sit there and go, I can't believe someone actually does that for a living. So when you were looking at the movies and the odd jobs in them, were you looking for anything in particular?
That's a great question. I just
thank you.
Thank you. You're really making me rethink my answers now. I didn't put much thought into it. I really didn't study for the test, and I I was winging it. I don't know. Is that the best way to answer?
Well, I mean, winging it has kind of worked for us for 4 years, so I think it's kind of okay. Works for that.
I mean, okay. In all seriousness, to answer that question, it was like I tried to avoid, the mundane 9-to-5 gigs, if you will.
I think that's a fair statement. I mean, the kind of jobs that you're not going to find on Indeed, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be interesting. I'd love to see the posting for some of these.
Can you imagine? Oh, I'm looking at some of these movies that I've picked. I'm like, how would you even describe that in an Indeed posting? Because some of these are a little out there. Now, I also admit that I try to keep the jobs as unique as possible in amongst themselves. So it's not like I found like 3 movies about animal dentists and went down that road. I didn't pick anything but an animal dentist, by the way. But still, I tried to keep the jobs as unique as possible to the movies from the ones that I have picked. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick 3 films each. Keep, watch, and pass. But these picks are based not on the jobs that are done in these films, but on the movies themselves. So, Kara, we're going to start with you. Your keep movie featuring someone with an odd job?
I would like to write the Indeed job description for my pick.
Okay.
Must be willing to risk your life for 5 minutes of fame.
Okay.
I'm going with Death Proof. Because as you know, I have mad respect for Zoe Bell, the stunt actress. And Death Proof, I mean, there was Zoe hanging off of the roof of the car that's being driven wildly. But it also had Rosario Dawson, like a bunch of girls as stunt actresses, as stunt doubles in film. And I freaking loved, like, when you think about the amount of girl power in that scene in Death Proof. I mean, come on. Fantastic cast, but I'm going with Zoe Bell.
I mean, when you think about it too, the show that she got the most acclaim for early in her career would in itself qualify as an odd job. Because if you were to say to anyone, oh, what do you do for a living? And their answer was, well, I'm a warrior princess. Well, then that I think in itself would qualify as an odd job, because Zoe Bell was the stunt double for Lucy Lawless in Xena Warrior Princess. But I mean, she was also in shows like, she was actually an actor in Cleopatra 2025. She was Uma Thurman's stunt double in Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. She was Sharon Stone's stunt double in Catwoman, a film that we talked about on one of our Grading on a Curve episodes. You know, and of course, like, she was in both Grindhouse, The Planet Terror, and Death Proof. Like, she's maybe one of the most famous stunt people out there. And the fact that the entire movie, Death Proof, is based on a psychotic stunt driver makes it even funnier. But that cast too, Rosario Dawson, Mary Elizabeth Winstead in the role of the cheerleader that gets left behind while they take that car out for a drive. So yeah, like, it's a solid cast. I think I prefer Death Proof over Planet Terror when it comes to the Grindhouse double bill. But I also really love the movies in the middle, the little trailers. And at least we got Machete out of all of that.
Machete in space.
Right. All right. My keep pick starts out with a regular job, if you will. That of supermodel. Okay, no worries, right? But if I were to tell you that it's supermodel turned bounty hunter, then it gets a little odder. I'm talking about Domino, starring Keira Knightley. This movie is based on the real life of Domino Harvey, who was actually a model turned bounty hunter. You got Mickey Rourke in here. You got Christopher Walken in here. You got Mena Suvari in here. Tony Scott as the director. And this is around the same time that he did Man on Fire. Both of those films, Man on Fire and Domino, are visually fantastic. But I got a problem with this film. I got a problem with Domino. And you know it's a minor problem because it's my keep pick, and I do love this film. I love the style of it. I love the cast of it. I think Keira Knightley was fan-frickin-tastic for this. Sits at an 18% tomatometer. How? Like, how?
Well, that's a good thing. It means that we can cover it.
Oh, this will go on the whiteboard for 2026. Absolutely. Because we have it. It's all good. And yeah, like, Tony Scott was a fantastic director. And I think Man on Fire also qualifies. But I can see why that one would, because it's a remake. And remakes don't always get the love from the critics, which I think is, that's a damn shame right there. My watch film takes a little spin on what I do.
Oh?
Based on an editor. Sort of. Starring the one and only, legendary, late great, Robin Williams. I'm talking about The Final Cut. This was around that time when he was taking on some of his darker, more serious roles like 1 Hour Photo. So the final cut, Robin Williams is a cutter who basically takes the memories of the recently deceased and edits them together in a memorial. And this one is really good. Like, you take a look at that era of films for him. 1 Hour Photo, Insomnia. Like, there was some fantastic films for Robin Williams around this time. But I look at the final cut and I think this film walked so Black Mirror could run, because there's an episode, I think it's in the first season. I think it's maybe the third episode of first season. I can't remember. It's either first or second season, where everyone has their life basically recorded. Like, they have these cameras implanted in their eyes, and like a 48-hour or 72-hour or whatever, they basically can re-access all of their memories from their life. This is kind of that. And Robin Williams as Alan in this is the guy who has to take all of those memories and cut them together in a memorial, and sometimes take out the things that are a little less savory from their lives to try to paint them in a more kinder view. So it's a really interesting, dark film from Robin Williams, but really, is there anything bad from Robin Williams? All right, back over to you for your watch pick.
Well, you know I enjoy watching a George Clooney movie.
You know.
And I also enjoy watching Anna Kendrick movies.
You know.
Yeah. So my watch pick is up in the air because it has both actors. Basically, the concept is that they're consultants and they're hired by companies to fly all over the world to basically fire people. Like, okay. So it's like HR on wheels, I guess.
No. At that point, it's an HR nightmare. If you have to bring in someone to come in and tell you how to fire your people, A, you suck as a company. But B, like, do you think it's going to come across any nicer from George Clooney? Okay, maybe if Anna Kendrick told me I'm fired, I wouldn't jump off the building.
You know what, though? I think she would be my best friend. I think I'd be like, okay, well, let's go for coffee then.
No. I look at Anna Kendrick and I don't see someone who could walk into a building, fire 10% of the workforce and come out unscathed.
She could in this movie. She was tough as nails.
Okay. See, I haven't seen this film yet. I know you like it, but I haven't seen this film yet.
Okay, yeah.
I just don't look at Anna Kendrick and see like corporate assassin. Like, is that like the secondary job title? Corporate assassin?
Oh, that'd be great. Can we make that a
oh my God,
odd job?
That's either a fantastic fictional novel or the greatest band name ever.
Both.
We are the corporate assassins. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. I mean, but also look at this cast too. Aside from George Clooney, aside from Anna Kendrick, you got Vera Farmiga, Jason Reitman, Jason Bateman, Zach Galifianakis, J.K. Simmons, Danny McBride, Melanie Linsky, Sam Elliott. It's a fantastic cast, and I'm down to watch this. I have no problems with this, but we can't talk about it on It's Not That Bad.
No, we can't, because it's a good movie.
What do you think the tomatometer is?
In the 60s, 65,
Higher.
70,
Higher.
84.
Higher.
Oh my God, 90?
It's a 90% film.
Wow.
With only a 79% popcorn meter. I mean, there's something to be said too about George Clooney and Anna Kendrick. I mean, like, really? And I know some of the films in George Clooney's filmography, so bear with me as I say this. Do either of them really do a bad film? And even if they are in a bad film, are they really bad in it? And I say this knowing that George Clooney is in Return of the Killer Tomatoes with his Facts of Life hairdo.
And Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Okay, well, you know I'm not the biggest fan
See
of that
previous
one.
episode, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Gatorade is the #1 proven electrolyte blend designed to hydrate better than water. So you can lose more sweat and raise your game. Gatorade, is it in you?
All right. Well, since we talked about a film that in a past episode was my pass, I'm going to pass it over to you for your pass pick of People with Odd Jobs.
That's a lot of passing.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm necessarily passing on the movie itself. I do know that it's a contender, and I know we've talked about it before, so I feel like I'm circling back. But the job title of Santa's assistant in the Red One.
Okay, Red One. Yes.
You know, Dwayne Johnson as basically Santa's assistant, aka bodyguard. Not that this Santa particularly needed a bodyguard, because he's a strong Santa, let me tell you.
And Chris Evans
He
as a
works
dick.
out. Yes.
But he looked like he was having fun with that film, though.
You know what? It was such a fun movie. I mean, it might be one that I'd watch maybe once a year. I don't know, when the snow falls, and to avoid all the other holiday movies. But it's definitely, aside from being, you know, maybe a go-to once a year, it's not one that I would return to often.
See, first of all, again, with J.K. Simmons, that's 2 J.K. Simmons films now in your list just for this episode alone, as like the most svelte, swole Santa Claus that you've ever seen. But then you also got Lucy Liu in there. Yes. Kiernan Shipka, who was the villain in this, like the Christmas spirit kind of thing. This is, I think, why the film didn't do so well with the critics, is that Kiernan Shipka's villain wasn't really defined that well from a script point of view. I like Kiernan Shipka. I think she's really good.
She was so great. I kept watching it thinking, is that Emma Watson?
Nope.
She looks very similar.
Kiernan Shipka, who of course was also in a made for Roku version of a gender swapped Swimming with Sharks.
Oh.
Yeah. But of course, she's also Sabrina in The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. But I found I was more intrigued by Krampus as a villain as opposed to her character. It felt like they kind of glossed over the bad person in this.
He was so good.
Oh, Krampus was fantastic. But that's if you're going to have a film where there is a clear definition between good and evil, make sure evil is defined, and you spend a little bit of time and build up evil. So when it comes down to the third act, there's consequences.
Maybe I'm just getting, Kill Bill and I can't even say Charlie's Angels, because she was great in that and she was on the good side. But Lucy Liu would have been a great baddie. I think she could have played it well.
Lucy Liu is a good baddie, period. Lucy Liu is a good person, period.
Lucy Liu's just a great actress.
Although
fantastic.
That being said, Lucy Liu is in a film that we have not covered on It's Not That Bad, but it is on the list of the worst films ever made.
Oh.
Ballistic X versus Sever. It sits at a 0% tomatometer, and it is often pointed to as one of the worst films of the early 2000s.
I'm intrigued.
We're gonna have to go down that road, aren't we?
Let's watch it.
All right. So you mentioned George Clooney in your watch pick when you were talking about Up in the Air. I'm going to throw a few other actors into the mix here in my past film because it stars George Clooney. It also has Jeff Bridges, Ewan McGregor, Kevin Spacey. I'm talking about The Men Who Stare at Goats. Yeah, hell of a title, right? But this is a film about a division in the army that tried to train people to use psychic abilities as a weapon. With a title like The Men Who Stare at Goats, you would think it's a comedy.
Now, is this real goats or greatest of all time?
I guess the whole thing is that they would stare at goats and try to kill the goats with their mind.
That's bad. Yes. It's bad.
I'm dead now. You have killed me. I am dead.
If this were a video podcast, your face is just priceless.
The air has deflated from my lungs and my soul. I am dead now. You have killed me. But I think it's one of those things where you take a look at that cast. Clooney, Bridges, McGregor. Hello there, Ewan. Kevin Spacey. You have the weight of expectation when you have a cast of this caliber. And it sounds quirky enough. And it sounds like the kind of film that you want to watch it and expect bad, crazy things to happen. But I found it lacking in plotting and boring. And that's not good. I mean, I looked at this kind of like I looked at the same way as Burn After Reading, which had a decent cast and an interesting premise and was zero fun. And that's not good. So for this army division trying to use the psychic abilities as a weapon, I was psychically disconnected from this film. Okay, Carrie, the workday is done. Remind your listeners what your keep watch and past picks are from movies featuring people with odd jobs.
I am keeping Death Proof. I am watching Up in the Air and passing on the red one.
All right, I am keeping the story of a supermodel turned bounty hunter, Domino. I am watching the movie about an editor who edits the memories of people after they die in the final cut. And I am passing on the entire army division of The Men Who Stare at Goats. Carrie, thank you so much for this. And to you, our dear listeners, well, you guys know the drill. If there is a topic that you want us to cover on Keep Watch Pass or a movie that you want us to talk about on It's Not That Bad, Domino, hit us up on social media at Not That Badcast or go to our website at notthatbadcast.com. And while you're there, make sure you check out our merch section because we got some cool stuff featuring artwork from all of our shows. Until next time, she's Carrie, I'm Jay. You guys are awesome. This is Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel and a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Take care.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power and advanced Audi tech, the next chapter of Audi is here.